check this out. Before we get started, if you're listening to us on our Mumbo Sauce Radio YouTube channel and haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you can get notified whenever we drop a new episode or go live. And if you're listening to us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or TuneIn, subscribe to us there as well. All right, now let's get to it.
You are now listening to the Mumbo Sauce Podcast.
Hell yeah.
Keeping it litty for the Chocolate City.
Yeah. What's up, stars? You already know what it is. It's the Mumbo Sauce Podcast. Keeping it litty in the Chocolate City. I go by the name of Tony Tone, and I got my co-host with me by the name of Brother John. Also, we joined tonight by a couple of regular guests on the show, Brother Katie and Brother Sean. Man, a lot of stuff been going on in the world this past few weeks, and we're here to talk about it. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe. That way you don't miss out on all this sauce, amen? Amen. All right, now look here. Recently in the news, Virginia Democratic Governor Ralph Northam confirmed that he was in a racist yearbook photo, dressed in blackface, with another person in the KKK's signature white hood and robe. Now, later he went on to apologize for the photo and is now on an apology tour. I swear I can't make this stuff up, y'all. But fast forward a couple weeks later and high-end fashion brand Gucci gets exposed for dropping a blackface sweater. Now, I don't know if racists are on code or if Gucci got the worst timing in the world, but we're going to talk about it tonight. KD, you got the floor. What you think about it, home?
Shit. For real, I think it's just a marketing tool because it's not just Gucci. It's Burberry, it's Moncler, all the high-end fashion designers. Like, that's my shit, man. I like, ain't nothing to stay fresh for me. Like, I've been watching this shit. I pay attention to it. I don't bleed by it, but I pay a lot of attention to it because I like, fashion and shit. But overall, what I have noticed is that through all the years that I've been in the clothes and shit like that, I've never seen such a public display of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? I think they're all sticking together and they're making it may seem subconscious to us as consumers, but it's definitely conscious from a business standpoint that they showing solidarity and standing together in what they doing.
Oh, Gucci
Not
is,
just the stars.
you talking about Gucci is standing in solidarity?
Yeah, I think.
Solidarity as far as what?
As how they're making a statement. They chose to make a statement to us, bro. I'm coming from a whole nother perspective because I'm looking at the whole month of February.
Speak for the people, Katie. Tell them what you're talking about. Like, are you saying that Gucci has issued a public apology yet, or what do you mean by that?
No. All right. So just to follow up, what you said is like, with the Gucci sweater, the Burberry just dropped the joint with the noose surrounding that.
The noose.
Like, was it Moncler dropped some joint? I think it was. Prada had the keychains with the blackface monkey, all of that shit.
Somebody had the bracelet, the slave bracelet. Who had that junk? The little bracelet that looked like the slave shackle.
Yeah,
I can't really remember. I ain't even trying to commit that shit to my memory for real, because we do too much to keep them fucking alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, You can say you don't want niggas in your clothes, but you've been eating off of us and we are a large part of your or that income that's coming in. Mm-hmm. So regardless how you love it or how you want it to be seen, you still been benefiting off it. Your children been benefiting off of it. So what I'm saying is that all of those major companies, these are not just startup companies. These are million dollar companies. Let's just keep it 100, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening is think about it. All the Black History Months that we've seen, dog, we've never seen no shit like this where it's not just one, it's not just two. We on the fifth one now. But they've chosen this month, this little small ass month of February.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Even the Jussie Smollett shit. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is being tied in together because it's Black fucking History Month. R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all this shit. This is the busiest February we've had in probably 25 years.
See, that's what I was saying earlier, and I didn't even think of it like that until you said that just now. Like, so that's what I was saying. Like, okay, so it's rather odd that Gucci picked this time to shed light on this whole Gucci blackface situation when the governor of Virginia was doing the whole blackface situation. You know what I mean?
Right. Even yesterday, did you see? They had in Loudoun County, Virginia. They had the kids out there picking cotton and reenacting slavery. Like, This shit is not by, bruh.
I think the Loudoun County one was at the gym. They was doing some shit in the gym, like runaway slave shit in the gym.
Yeah, they had them out there simulating picking cotton and
now,
shit.
Now, in
like,
South Carolina, they did the picking the cotton thing.
No, I saw it yesterday. They said they had them simulating picking cotton.
I thought that was in... Oh, damn. They on code, man.
But, bruh, I'm going to tell you this. Like, my uncle shared something with me probably about 10 or 15 years ago. And he said, man, it's hard to see things when you close up on them. He gave me a quarter. He said, put the quarter up close to your eye. I couldn't even see George Washington's head on the motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
But he pulled my hand back with his hand, slowly. The further and further it got away from me, it becomes clearer.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say this is that sometimes when you're so close up on things, you can't really see the big picture. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's going on right now? A lot of people are so close up on it because Gucci is a part of. We've made that shit. We forcefully made that shit a part of our culture. All the way back to the 80s with Dougie Fresh, niggas. Put your Gucci watch on and check the clock. Like, that shit, you don't even... Before Gucci Man was even thought about, nigga, Gucci was already been around me over 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the dope, the hustlers, they wasn't called dope boys or trap niggas then. The hustlers back then, you know what I'm saying? Gucci was a part of culture. It's a status symbol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Since the 80s, the early 80s, before a lot of niggas was born. That's supporting that shit now. And they don't even know why it is. They just know that if I put this on, motherfuckers gonna treat me a certain type of way, or they gonna look at me a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said about that quarter thing because, I mean, we're not really saying what's going on because that's what I'm saying as far as this, like, everybody being convicted in the court of public opinion. Somebody has pushed this agenda for everybody to be on code, to be on this type of shit. And I don't know if it's because it's the whole Trump Make America Great thing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but we didn't get invited to the meeting, dog.
It's a trigger for us. It's really to try to get us to finally work together. We shouldn't even be wearing Gucci. Man, you remember we used to wear hip-hop shit.
I'm not spending my money on that shit.
Even before hip-hop shit.
And it's not because I'm broke.
Like you said, that was Dougie Fresh, that's some New York shit. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? That was some down south hustler, drug dealer shit. I don't remember no niggas in DMV wearing shit like that. It was Eddie Bauer. I love that area, man. I'm a Midwest dude.
We always pick shit. We picked alias shit that was quality shit that nobody else was on. You know what I'm saying? All the way down from New Balance to Eddie Bauer to
the bottom of our pants. We had our own shit. Our own shit, dude.
Even if you had on the motherfucking gray sweatpants and a black t-shirt, nigga, and a Scully and some New Balance, nigga, you was in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Reebok classics, low Nike, like that was ours. The Case Swiss. I hear people clowning Case Swiss, right? And I remember moving there to DMV. The niggas was rocking Case Swiss. I said, I love
Case Swiss, nigga. That was the early '80s shit.
Hey, young Bama's rocking Fila. Hey, Bama's is not rocking
Coca-Cola
Fila now.
Sweatshirts.
I love that,
niggas
bro.
been walking Fila though.
Like the shoes, though.
Yeah, in the 80s, John just said Bama's is rocking Fila now. Bama's been rocking Fila.
Like, bro, I remember, nah. When I went to Florida and came back, I had Filas on and niggas ate me up.
Why?
Yeah, but that's
because
the young niggas.
Niggas was not wearing Filas, bro.
Yeah,
that's the young niggas, John.
Yeah, the young niggas wasn't wearing Filas.
My sister is 9 years older than me, right? So, like, that's how I saw what the fuck was going on.
I'm talking about young niggas is wearing it now. The young people is wearing it. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Now, it's just like Tommy Hilfiger. You know what I'm saying? That shit was popping when I was young.
Exactly.
Then motherfuckers, a lot of niggas don't even know what that is. They think it's coming. Everything comes back around. So it's like a lot of these niggas that they never seen Champion before. A lot of these motherfuckers think these championships is popping up out of nowhere, and it's so dope.
I'm telling you, bro, it's a trigger. It's a trigger for us. Now, some spiritual stuff that we supposed to come together because we supposed to take the lead. I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about black men, but black women. We supposed to take the lead. Why you think the Kardashians got all black babies?
See, you know what though, and I feel you, Sean. Like I feel like we supposed to take the lead, and in the DMV area, we know all about taking the lead as far as that fashion thing is concerned because we've been had our own clothing lines back in the day, man. Since Madness and Hobo and all of that, and I'm gonna segue into that just a second. I just want to say that for the people that don't understand, like we been on this shit, But one thing about black folks is that they spend all their money on these white brands and stuff like that, and I'm gonna just go into a little bit of history about that too because the Moors are the ones that influence Italian, fashion. Like the Moors, they was getting this. Black folks was wearing crocodile and all that. Where you think this crocodiles and all that stuff is? It's not in Europe, it's in Africa. They was coming to get all of these rich materials, and go back to Italy and sell that shit in Italy and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we the ones that was wearing all that rich shit.
That's the misconception though, Tone, is that a lot of black people and even white people, the white people, they so fucking blind that they think that they started the shit. But they really piggybacked off of African fabric and art styles, and they made it their own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They didn't erase us, but they just took it, and nobody could get to us to prove that, hey, this is where it came from. You know what I'm saying? It's like even with just break it all the way down to like, where did silk derive from? Where is crocodile? There ain't no crocodiles, there ain't no silkworms over there in Italy.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? Where would you get that from? If it's yours, you know what I'm saying?
So going back to the DMV, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing that and we've been supporting our own, you know what I'm saying, in our own clothing lines. But do you think that we can get the world as a whole to support black clothing lines, even in this new generation that we in right now, this internet age?
Definitely, bro. I think it's even easier now.
I think so too.
Well,
because now we coming up, we didn't really have as many celebrities and people of status. I'm just not gonna just say celebrities, but you look at like the basketball players and the rappers now. We and the entertainers, like we have a more influential it's a coalition. It's a solid coalition. They're not standing up and building shit. Some of them are doing things individually, like building schools and stuff. But now the camaraderie is a lot more. I don't want to say different, but I think it's more cohesive than it was in the '80s. Cause it was a few niggas that had money in the '80s. Now it's a lot of niggas that got money, bro, and they fucking around. They doing a lot of cool shit, but it kind of I was telling Sean earlier. And this is a rule I live by because I don't come from no money. I ain't never really had a whole bunch of money, but I don't live by that. I'm a spirit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always a nigga, like I can tell a nigga what, everybody with money don't know what to do with money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's good to have a nigga like me around because I know what the fuck to do. And you be like, a nigga without that have no knowledge of that, he'll go around and be blowing money, buying tables and trying to buy friendship and shit like that. But I'm the nigga that's gonna show you ain't gotta do that. Just do this is right here, put your money in your pocket, and we still gonna have just as much a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, yeah. I remember back in the day, I used to always go up, I think it was F Street or some shit like that, DC, and I would buy t-shirts. Yeah. Them Be Cool, them Bees t-shirts, them DDTP, the Madness shirts. Like, I would literally go there on purpose to go to the Midwest, to go wherever I was visiting and had them shirts on and represent our style.
Exactly.
You know, even when I would go out to Akron and everybody suited and booted, I have my low on or Tommy on, my jeans, and I have a certain type of shoe. Might be like some low cut shoe, but I would still represent where I was from in Akron. I always represent DMV. Always. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knew that. They'd come there and say, "Oh, Sean here, huh?" How they know? I took my shoes off and they seen them balance. And they see 2 or 3 because they didn't know. Now they rocking them. This what, 15 years later?
Wow.
15, 20 years later, they rocking them like crazy. The kids got them on. You know what I'm saying? You right, Tony. I think I don't hear people saying Eddie Bauer. I don't hear some of the names that y'all wear in DC, in that area. I don't hear a lot of people saying those names. I'm tripping that I see any big stars that they saying Gucci. I thought Gucci was some good ratchet type of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some dude that's from a southern project, deep project, that's rocking Gucci because he getting that Getting that drug dealer money.
He don't know no money. He don't know no better though.
They don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I stayed in Jersey, we was rocking Naughty but Nature stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look.
Back when you know what I mean?
If I had dope money, I'd be shopping at the thrift store, Holmes. I'm gonna keep it a stack. And I'm not saying that because I'm broke. Bruh, if I had that type of money, I would feel robbed giving it to people that got millions. You see what I'm saying? Like, Gucci don't need your money. None of them people need your money.
It's motherfuckers out here right now. I just came up on the clothing line right now, right before I got on the phone with y'all on Instagram, and the joint had a Black Panther on it, and it said, fuck Gucci. I said, this is the way that you're supposed to be capitalizing on this missed opportunity on their mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tight ass. I'm gonna find a jump before we get off of here, and I'm gonna shout them out, man. And I think they in the area up there in DMV. So it's like, it's shit like that. We gotta fucking realize that it's big. It's like it's a bigger picture involved. It's not like I still seeing niggas that's NFL contracts. You got Gucci shoes, but you got enough money to go buy a whole nother outfit and make a statement. It's not just you, it's the motherfuckers that's looking at you and following you.
Yeah. Let's just go back, rewind it back to, what we was talking about as far as the clothing line is concerned. Okay, so like you said, you had the DDTP shirts, right? Now, DDTP, let's take them back to DDTP. DDTP, they had their own screen printing press and everything. They manufactured their own clothes, right? So what DDTP used to do, they used to have artists, and the artists would actually draw artwork. You know what I'm saying? And then they would screen print it on the shirt. So this was like real live artwork. So like it was kind of like back in the day when you used to see the little Bart Simpson or the Mickey Mouse shirts, and they had on the latest gear like the Filas or whatever. They had a high top fade.
Yeah, the first Jones I remember was the Run Joe sweatshirts.
Exactly. So that catches people's attention right there, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they rocking everything that you rocking. Like they got on the same shoes that you got on the shirt. And then also, I remember when the DDTP shirts, like they had the glow in the dark ink. You know what I'm saying? So like when you at a house party and stuff like that, your shit is glowing in the dark. And I'm gonna round it up to my point, and I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. So like my whole point in that is that, like, I had an argument on Facebook, on the Facebook post, right? Because I had posted up a picture of this e.a.t, the company, the clothing company e.a.t. What is the acronyms for that? Like, what does it stand for?
Elevate all the time.
Okay, elevate all the time. So shout out to e.a.t Clothing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not about to say this to go on them or anything like that, but for the people, the clothing line e.a.t, they have a Letterman jacket that they're selling for $1,000. And I think that, there's some marketing geniuses to put that out at this time, because while we're talking about this whole Gucci blackface situation, because the argument is that everybody spend their money, thousands of dollars on Gucci while they disrespecting us. Now, this is a black-owned clothing company, and they're selling $1,000 Letterman jacket, and they're like, why don't you support that? And I happen to disagree with that, you know what I mean? Because I have my own clothing line, and it's called Familiar Clothing Line if y'all want to check it out. But I know how much it costs to make what they're selling for $1,000, and I don't think that Letterman jacket, I don't know if it has genuine leather on it, but if it don't, and,
it's genuine leather. It's genuine leather and wool.
So even if it's genuine leather and wool, the only thing that separates it from any Letterman jacket, any other Letterman jacket, is the fact that they have a pre-stitched embroidery patch on it that just says e.a.t, and that's an iron-on patch. You dig? Like, it's nothing else. Now, I've never paid like $1,000 in one sitting for anything from Gucci. Now, I have paid over $1,000 on several Gucci items. I got a pair of Gucci shades that's $300 that I done bought twice because I lost one pair at the Go-Go. You feel me? Like, I got a $700 Gucci jacket that I got from Prince and Princess in Georgetown. You feel me? Like, so... But I like to pay for quality stuff.
I don't have none of that shit because I'm broke.
Now, I like to pay for quality stuff, and I'm gonna wrap it up.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I'm gonna get to UKD next. But see, it's quality over quantity with me. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
if I feel that the materials is of quality, and it's not even just a name brand, it's that it's of quality, then I'm gonna pay for it. Now, if E.a.t can show me that they have something over that's quality over quantity, then I might support that. But if they can't, then I can't get with it for the $1,000, man. I'm gonna let you have it, Katie.
Well, I mean, you said a mouthful when you said what you said. Like, I'm definitely a firm believer of quality over quantity. Me, I ain't gonna say never, but like, I haven't supported Gucci since the 90s, bro. Like, and that was a few little, like, you know, the pouches and stuff like that. I'm an old school nigga, so like, that shit never. I'm a fashion forward person. I'm always looking for what people don't have. I don't run to what everybody wearing. So you might see some shit on me that niggas might not never have on, or either they don't get it till 5 or 10 years later. See what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I like to rock. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to walk around looking like everybody else. But in regards to that E.a.t Letterman jacket, man, first, for me, I want to salute E.a.t, man. This young nigga, Malik and shit. I don't know him personally, but I fuck with what he doing, you know what I'm saying, as far as in the community and with his clothing line, because that shit, you know what I'm saying, he didn't do, like, go crazy with it and putting it all online and flooding the streets with it. He slow grinded, bruh. And, like, I've been watching the jump from afar, indirectly, you know what I'm saying, for the last couple of years, even before I left home and shit. Like, I've been gone 3 years now, you know what I'm saying? But, like, even before then, I watched the build-up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even before I even seen the shit online, just seeing it indirectly through other people that I know that had access to some of his items. And I was like, I didn't get it at first. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I saw something in it, what he was doing, but I was like, I don't get it. But now, leading up to it, like, you know, it's a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, elevate all the time. And a lot of the shit just come out of, from what I can see, it's come out of hardship. And Slim done turned that, he done manifested that energy into something else. So now that it's, you know, it's been at least 5 years, I say, pushing 5 years that I've been watching it. And he's done a lot of great things. Like, you know, the t-shirts, the youth are they eating that shit up, man. Like, the young, it's like how it was with Madness with us. Well, in my generation, in the 80s, nigga, you didn't even have to have a fucking Madness shirt. If you had a Madness bucket hat with the letters on it, even if it didn't say your fucking name, nigga, it meant something. It meant just, that shit was bigger than having
Madness was 90s, right? You keep saying 80s, man.
Nah, Madness was 80s, bro. Madness was 80s.
KD, if you had a Madness keychain, it meant something, bro.
Oh, that was in the night. That was a high school then. I'm talking about the bucket hats when EU had on in the doing the butt video, nigga. Yeah. Them hats they had on. Like I said, my sister is 8 or 9, almost 8 to 9 years older than me. So like a lot of these things, though, like I was already knew what the fuck to do before I became an adult. You see what I'm saying? Because my sister wasn't no fucking lame, and she was out there. She was partying and shit. So like the bomber jackets, the K-Swiss, the motherfucking the Gazelle glasses, all that shit is coming back around. The stonewashed AJ's jumpers, nigga. The 40 below Timbs, like this when Timberland, the tree wasn't even on the bottom. The tree used to be up top. Niggas don't even know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you old enough.
Let me ask you something though. So, how much was the buck? I do remember certain Madness items being a little expensive. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so
how much was the bucket hats though?
I mean, shit, like $40, $50, something like that.
But $40 and $50 was big shit back in the day, though. In the 80s.
Before I lose my shit, I'm gonna bring, like, we was on, I don't want to get off topic of the jacket because that's, I know I just went a whole lot of places. But I just told Tori the other day when Bling was rapping and shit, and I said, man, he called me, and he was like, man, you heard what's going on with the jacket? I said, man, I'm not offended by it. I said, I'm glad the young nigga did it because he's the motherfucking premier. He's the premier shit in the city. Everybody support him. He got niggas from the top to the bottom doing it. He going to schools, dropping off free shit. He's showing, giving tutorials, giving young niggas, empowering the kids. And then you got motherfuckers in the DC government that want, you know what I'm saying, he giving them free shit and they won't even pay the nigga. But that's cool. I'm just saying shit that I've seen myself. But my thing is, though, Madness had motherfucking jackets that was $500 back in 96. So how you gonna be mad fucking 20 years later, a nigga got a jacket for $1,000? The cost of living go up every year. So why would you be mad with this young nigga if he's the premier motherfucker in the city, and he got shit like now I'm seeing he got the shit in Georgia, he got in Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Like he's not getting smaller, he's getting bigger. So why would you not support him on the way up?
I'm
know
glad you said that. Back in the day, Madness had stuff that was for $500. I'm also glad that you shared to the people that he's giving people free shit. Now, let me ask you something.
Yeah, but let me just add on to that. It wasn't just Madness. It was hobos, shooters, squares. Like all them had premier shit. Like you could be a regular nigga like that was selling weed on the corner, or just going to school or had a job and come get a T-shirt for under $100.
Okay, but so can you get some other stuff for e.a.t that's under $100? Like, do they have other stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, they got T-shirts, man. He even got a clearance section. Whatever, you can get something for $25. He got socks. He got headbands. I don't personally own anything, but I like I told bro, I said, man, I'm not really with the trendy shit, but I would support. Like now, I'm the type, I like what he doing so much. I'm gonna support him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna buy something just to have it, or I would definitely make sure my son, cause he's younger and he in DC. Like, I don't need it to validate myself, but at the same time, like, I support what Slim doing. He raised $15,000 for Rosedale football team.
And I'm glad we have you here to talk about that, because a lot of people didn't know about that, and they was just going off the cuff. And I don't have any of this stuff. And some of them young boys go to school with used to go to school with my son in Trinidad at Kip.
Yeah. So like that was he like when I showed my son, he was like, "Oh, that's my man so and so. That's my man so and so." So that shit, it made me feel good to know that them little niggas got touched in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I'm glad I have you here to talk about that, because people didn't know about this stuff. They just like, oh man, he got $1,000, you know what I'm saying, Letterman jacket. And I didn't know nothing about Slim, I know that you tagged me in a couple of his joints on Instagram.
Yeah, man,
but
check this shit out. He on Instagram, it's allhomage.com. He's at, I think the website is allhomage.com. And the joint is at All Homage, I think, on Instagram. But y'all check him out, man. Slim Heavy, man. He a young nigga with he got some good shit up his sleeve, I think. I like to see the next 5 to 10 years of what he gonna do, man.
See, his name is All Homage, and he does pay homage because you can just look at his clothes and tell that they're from the area because of the color scheme and all of that. And he has been blessed by the greatest, man, by the Madnesses and all the hobos and all of that. I done seen them.
Everybody stamping them, but then too, what I'm also like, I like that. Like I watch to see like what they be saying and shit, and it's like. He's like, man, remember when we had iron-on patches? Now we got good like he's focusing on the quality of what he's putting out. He's like, man, we used to have regular T-shirts and just ironing the joint on. Now we getting the good shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like once you get a good plug, nigga, you know you up. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to make this point too. Because I don't want to just make it one-sided. I'm trying to get a whole spectrum of this so that people understand that they're not, just getting the jump with just a patch. Like, because I don't understand the grind. I know that it takes you to start out with some vinyl and some iron-on transfers and some iron-on patches in order to get your money up to get you, an embroidery machine or, cut your own fabric or silk screen press and stuff like that. So, if you want to... When he did that $1,000 jacket move, I felt two ways about it. Number one, what's your man, what's cuz name that had the $100 mixtape?
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle. That changed the game right there. And I think that he's trying to do the same thing by way of this jacket and this whole situation that's going on right now. So I salute him on that. And I salute him on that because Gucci, the reason why that shit is so high priced and high end, number one, it does have to do with quality. Number two, they never wanted us in their clothes to begin with. And they didn't want us in their clothes because, they look at us as, some fucking clowns. That's why they made the shirt like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry, the sweater like that because they look at us like we anything out here. So you raise the price on your shit like that because you want a certain class of people wearing your shit, and we have our own upper class too, and it's okay to have our own upper class wearing our shit, whether it be like you said back in the day with Madness, if you was made a little money on the streets and you can buy. So if these hustlers that had a little bit of money or these local celebrities that had a little bit of money, you want a certain class of people to wear your shit. So shout out to him, man.
Let me just touch up though. While you was talking, I'm just sitting here thinking. I agree with what you're saying, like, but for me, I just like, as somebody, I'm working on my own shit, and you know, it's been a long time coming, but
shout your shit out, man. Bro. What's it called, man? Shout it out.
Man, PTSD, post-traumatic street disorder.
Man, shout out to PTSD, man. Explain it before you say make your point. Explain what your shit is about.
Well, my shit is about, like, you know, being out there, and like no matter where you are in the world, it's certain things that's gonna happen outside of the confines of your home. So if you step in the street, it's uncontrollable. And just living that day-to-day life, I don't want to say it's scarred. It molds you a certain type of way, and it's a lot. We carry a lot of scars that don't get acknowledgement. Like a lot of military people, like me and my uncle, he's a disabled military veteran, and he and I, we had a big blow up about the shit. Is that, you know, only military people can have PTSD. Right. I said, nah, man. You know, it's people that I know that saying they parents be murdered in front of them, or, you know, a lot of traumatic experiences happen in the street, just living day-to-day life, being a civilian. You know what I'm saying? But we can all relate when it comes to having traumatic experiences. But it's what the survivors of it. I want to celebrate the survivors of traumatic experiences. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, like, also growing up in that madness area. You know, I've seen the Polos and the Tommy Hilfigers and the Donna Karens, the Versace's. Like, I'm shopped with my shit, so it's like, we still got a lot of rooms that we not in. Here we are with this Gucci and this Prada shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole lot of room for expansion into what I'm thinking. But overall, bro, I just wanted to say that everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, sometimes we forcefully include ourselves in shit that ain't for us. So, like, just because nobody included ourselves in the beginning, him coming up, but now everybody on it, everybody got something to say. Like I said, even I got an opinion, and I don't even own none, but I'm going to be straight up. Even if I meet the nigga, I'm going to tell him salute, man, I'm glad, like to see what you're doing. I want to support you. Right. But it's better than me trying to say, hey, man, I ain't fucking with that shit, man. I ain't buying no $1,000 jacket. Because I seen somebody the other day, they screenshotted a $5,000 bullshit-ass Gucci jacket versus his $1,000 jacket. I like his jacket better. Like, if I'm gonna wear something, you know what I'm saying? But nobody gonna talk about that, bro, because it's just controversial. It's just bad. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody did say everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? On
that's how I feel about it, because even like now, and me and Sean was talking about this, like, to bring it back earlier, like, when we was growing up in the 90s, bro, it was more free. John said, nigga, I can shop at the thrift store. Nigga, I'm not above nothing. I shop at the thrift store. I shop at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, motherfucking Nordstrom's, Macy's, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I can find me at, I'm good. As long as I ain't killing myself to be me, I'm going to do that. But it's a lot of people, bro, that they think that they above that. And, like, now, those high-end labels, they've become pop culture. You know what I'm saying? Like they've made shit that's unaffordable seem like it's regular. My son can't afford no fucking Gucci or no Versace, and he 11. He can't afford no Jordans, but I make a way for him to get the shit that he like within reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you grinding, I'm gonna reward you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't give it to you just because you think you're supposed to have it every day. Nigga, you can get some semi-cool shit if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, but I will reward you for working hard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just like us, just because we got a job don't mean that we deserve Versace, bro, or a $1,000 e.a.t jacket for that matter. So unless you on your shit to where you can afford it and it ain't hurting you, you shouldn't even really be saying too much about the shit, in my opinion.
See, and I'm hold that thought right there, because I was about to ask y'all, do you think that we have too many options right now in the world? And what I mean by that is we got a lot of options. We got the internet, you know, it's a bunch of, you know, up and coming designers. It's a bunch of music that people are putting out there. Like, back in the day, only a few people slid in, you know what I'm saying, at a time. Right now, we have endless options, and when we have endless options, we have endless opinions. Like, back in the day, when we was broke, you know what I'm saying, and we wanted to pay a $200 Jordans, our parents be like, you ain't getting that shit, and they don't even know what the struggle was about it, you know what I'm saying, the story behind it. Like, right now, you could tell us the story of this man struggling, and what he's doing, you know, for the community, and you know that sheds some light and makes you want to support his clothes. But back in the day, you know, your parents didn't understand. They wasn't buying that shit. Right now, we have all of this stuff that's going on in the news. You know what I'm saying? We have opinions about it because it's just like, I don't know. I think it's too much exposure, man. Everything is in your face.
You don't have a lot of room to escape from it, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in your face right now. But the thing is, too, as opposed to from the age that we grew up in, it don't last as long. Like, if somebody got in a fight when we was growing up, nigga, that shit lasted for a week or two. A nigga can get shot in the face on the internet, nobody talking about it 2 days later. The shock value is gone. You see what I'm saying?
But also, once it's on the internet, it lives forever because they can just bring that junk back up like, oh, Throwback Thursday. And then, like, you don't even have to think about it for Throwback Thursday. The junk automatically be like, remember when you did this, nigga, 3 years ago?
You be like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
So, like, if you got your ass whipped 3 years ago and somebody pulled out their camera phone and recorded it, Facebook gonna be like, 3 years ago, you got your ass whipped
nigga,
today.
that time you cried outside? It was right there.
Yeah.
But
nigga
to answer your question, though, Tony,
nigga
I think we about to go away. But to answer your question, like, do we have too many distractions? I would say hell no. Because when you walk in the grocery store, nigga, it's more than one type of ketchup. It's 5 types. It's 5 or 10 types. It's 5 to 10 types of bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 150 different juices or wines you could choose from. It's about what makes your, like, what's your focal point? Who are you trying to attract? You know what I'm saying? This goes back to the Gucci shit. Like, if they don't want us in their shit, we should have been left them the fuck alone. We should be celebrating the motherfuckers who catering to us or look like where our interests like. What's your focal point? So it's really a distraction within ourselves. It's like voting for president. Like, we could have 5 Democratic nominations. Not saying that everybody Democrats, but I'm just gonna go off the cuff and say for the people, for the have-nots, for the middle-way people, usually Democrats. So instead of us, oh man, so-and-so, everybody's so distracted and trying to find interest in 5 motherfuckers, we need to pick one and put that energy behind that one person, even if they don't.
Yeah, Andrew Yang. Oh, my bad. I just want to get in conversation. See y'all.
All right, that's cool, but I'm just saying, bro, like, I think it's just it's a matter of having scattered energy. When you focus on shit and you set your eyes on things, I believe in manifestation and the power of energy, bro. So when I focus on shit happens for me because I know what the fuck I'm focused on. I don't be looking at what y'all doing. I always celebrate y'all and what y'all doing, and I'm in the moment with y'all. But as soon as I leave y'all, I'm back to what the fuck I need to do.
So you don't think, like in the grocery store scenario situation that you just brought up, yeah, okay, we got this brand and then we got this brand, but now it's just too many options. Okay, like we got the gluten-free shit, we got the motherfucking organic shit, we got the super vegan food, you know what I'm saying, shit, and I think that it's just like some of that shit be true, some of that shit be lies because that's the new wave and they just trying to sell it. So we gonna put some, like, they be selling dirt and then they got organic dirt, but nigga, dirt is already organic anyway, you know what I'm saying? So like, you just putting a label on it.
They be trying to make them.
So look, let me ask you this, Tony. Let me ask you this. So with that being said, we have so many options. How many people do you think just buy off a brand name? Not because that they think that that's the best. They never tried nothing else, but because my mother bought Heinz ketchup, I'm gonna buy Heinz ketchup, right?
Majority of everybody do.
There you go. So how do you know that you don't like nothing else until you try something else, bro? Like, nigga, I go to Trader Joe's, I go to motherfucking Whole Foods. Nigga, I try a lot of shit. I'll try a nigga on the street if I believe in you. I'm not just gonna buy a nigga who, if a nigga pull a handful of ketchup out his coat, I'm not fucking with you. I'm gonna tell you that off top. Yeah. But if you talk to me and you got some sense, Slim, and I can see where you coming from, I'm gonna give you a chance.
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying? So why like a lot of people, that's where you come to, we're gonna kick some knowledge and shit. You got your 85% that's gonna do whatever 85% is deaf, dumb, and blind, right?
Right.
Yeah. And you got your 15 people, they in the middle, they semi-conscious. Then you got your 5%, they gonna know what the fuck is going on. Those are usually your people who know what's pure and how to get to it with their eyes closed. So it's like, for me, when I have those options, I know I don't like. I know bleach is not good for me. I don't need to eat white rice. I don't really need to eat white bread. I really don't even need too much of that shit at all. I don't need to be eating fried foods. I like it because that's what I was raised on. But then once you learn that as you get older, that shit never was good for you. So now you hustling backwards now.
You see, that's my point. That's what my point is as far as too many options. Because if we got too many options and we don't have any gatekeepers, we start letting people in that's not good for us. That's not good for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, all right, let me ask you this. I saw something today specifically. I'm going to ask, not to cut you off, but I really want to get your opinion on this. So, like, Rick Ross with the checkers and the rally shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you're a multi-millionaire, though. You're buying into a system that is not beneficial to us. It's making you money, but it's not something that's going to be beneficial to us in the long run.
Right.
Can we agree that fried food is not the business for black people, bro?
It's not. And I made another post on Facebook talking about, I said, do we really need a motherfucking Foreman Mills in Eastover? Like,
yeah, I commented. I said it was either that or City Trends.
Yeah, and people got, some of the Southeast people, shout out to Southeast because I'm an honorary Southeast nigga myself. But
Southeast and Southeast Maryland over there on the line.
Southeast Maryland too. But we need some Whole Foods. We need some motherfucking juice shops.
Or even if it's some mom and pops, some mom and pops. Like we had mom and pops carryouts and kitchens.
But I'm
you need some healthy selections, man.
But my whole point of that, I know that's expensive, John. But my whole point in that saying that is that, we already got about like 5 motherfucking clothing stores in that whole area. It's not about just being fresh. You know what I'm saying? We need some shit that's going, make the community healthy and thrive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need a bunch of niggas standing outside of the new motherfucking Foreman Mills buying all them cheap ass t-shirts and selling them on the street for $25. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I seen somebody the other day. I was watching, I think it's the nigga Davey Ruffin, the comedian. I think he out of Maryland, over there in Southeast Maryland too. But Slim was saying, he was like, nigga, is it me or is it DMV got the precious niggas at the bus stop?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you spend all these money on these clothes and shit, but you ain't going nowhere. You riding a bike down the street and you got on Balenciagas, like, that shit backwards, man.
And y'all lowering the property value by just putting all these hood stores, you know what I'm saying, like, in the hood. That's just gonna bring more hood niggas. Like, okay, well, we ain't got no, what's the jump called? Foreman Mills uptown, so now we gotta go to Southside to go to Foreman Mills. Now, everybody coming from Virginia, uptown, Southeast, like, put a good ass juice bar
that specific area, Tony. I don't think that specific area it's gonna be hard to eliminate because it's Maryland, DC, and that's probably, bro. If I could take a picture and say DMV, that's it right there. Motherfucking Eastover, nigga. Nobody never talks about that shit, but that's probably the livest motherfucking DMV. That will be the culmination of the actual DMV is Eastover.
Yeah, if you want all nigga shit, it's there. We got a carry out there. They got a liquor store there. They got DTL there. They got Popeyes there. They got a Planet Fitness there. They got the police station there for your ass. Which them niggas be doing all kind of wild shit, and the police don't do shit over there.
Hey, take them back when that Yums that used to be over there. That motherfucker was the business before they shut it down.
They got the pawn shop over there. Like, we gotta get some non-niggerish shit over there. We need a juice bar.
Mike's liquor store.
I'm serious.
Mike's liquor store, Slim, when that junk get to stay open all motherfucking night.
Yeah, dude, it's a drive-through junk.
Nah, it don't stay open all day. They changed that shit a long time ago. But nigga, that motherfucker used to be open. You could be 15 and steal your folks' car and go through there and get you a bottle in the morning.
Yeah,
you know
that was a jump.
They be like, are you 21? We be like,
yeah, take this $100 and shut the fuck up.
On the way to the go-go. And that's the
nigga, you see, we got all these jokes in the car, nigga. Take this $100 and get the fuck on something.
Hey, we can't snitch on them though. We can't snitch on them though, young. But whole time, before they started selling liquor on Sunday, young, you could still go up to Mike's and make that. You had to go through the drive-through though. You couldn't go inside because it was the police inside.
Yeah,
making
like
sure
shit.
They ain't selling them. They gonna tax your ass, but they gonna sell you that liquor on Sunday, home on game day.
That's why I said you put that motherfucking 100 in the bag, nigga. Everything coming out.
Oh man. Yeah, but y'all joking though, but serious, because the farms, I had posted a joke, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DC, what's it, DC Hood Legends or whatever?
Yeah, they stamped.
Yeah, they stamped it, but like, I mean, I was riding through the farms and like they shutting that joint down, and we need to start putting back into our community in a positive way. And the farms has done that with the community center. So although some may disagree, they think that community center was put there in a bad light. But I think that the community center and the basketball court was a good thing, you know what I'm saying, for the community. But like, we don't need, that's like putting the motherfucking farming mills in the farms. Like, we don't need a farming mills in Berry Farms, young. We need a juice bar or something in
we
Berry
put
Farms.
Like for me, bro, like I'm just to the thing is, it's like we only need to carry forward the things that
niggas ain't doing no damn juice bar in no fucking Berry Farm.
Yeah.
Nah, you bullshit, Mo. It's a lot of motherfuckers around there that's and that's another misconception, bro.
Exactly.
It's like, and within our community, hold up. It's a bad misconception that a lot of us not good fathers as black men, and that we don't know how to fucking take care of ourselves, Mo. Like, it's a lot of niggas that I know that eat better than most motherfucking white people. It's niggas that I know that's vegetarians and been vegans for it's vegetarians and vegans for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And we don't talk about it because we respect each other. Like, when you ain't never seen me eat no pork, right?
But we need niggas like you or them to open up, you know what I'm saying, an all vegan restaurant. And I'm
not saying like I do it all the time. Like I'm still carnivorous. I do eat meat every once in a while, pause, but I'm gonna just say it like this though. It's a lot of niggas. Oh, you bullshitting.
See, you shouldn't even say it.
This nigga was smacking on a damn red.
Shout out to
was it red striper?
No, I had red striper. That's fish, dog. Like I'm not. But I'm just saying, I baked it though. I don't like. I'm not running around like my grandmother. Right here.
I baked it though. Is that a nigga that get cold a lot?
Nah, but that's what I'm saying though, dog. Who the fuck's baking fish? Niggas don't go buy fish to bake.
When you say you a what? Carnivorous?
That means you eat meat.
Oh shit! I thought a carnivore. I'll be like, I'm a carnivore and shit. You know.
That's why I said pause right after that, nigga. You heard me.
So what's a carnivore?
Damn. That's carnivorous. That sounds like a.
You eat meat. Carnivorous, you eat meat. Herbivore eats plants.
Herbivore. Shout out to herbivore.
But what's a carnivore though?
I just told you, Mo. You're not listening.
A carnival is when you go to the joint and you get on the rides and shit, man. You ain't never been to a carnival before, nigga?
A carnival?
Nah, this nigga playing with me. Don't try to play with me on this joint, man.
Nah, nobody, nigga. You the one doing all them big ass motherfucking words, nigga. You gotta speak English with me, nigga. I only graduated after 6th grade.
My bad. I'm gonna say, nigga. I thought you
it's Saturday, yeah. We can't talk about carnivorous.
Carnivorous syphilis.
That's just the action of being I eat meat, so it's like I'm not gonna fake behind the shit. Like I like fried chicken, but nigga, that shit ain't going nowhere for us.
No, it's not.
I just had a bunch of chicken just now.
That shit's so good, bro. Lord.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you what. Even if they tell me I can't have it, every time I come home, I'm gonna give me a plate of I'm getting some chicken and mumbo sauce.
We was all going a third way. You know, fell off.
Mumbo sauce on the side.
Fell off the wagon. Shit, I just had some chicken.
Are we still on the wagon? Pause.
Hey, we need to leave that dairy alone too, nigga. I just had some ice cream.
I'm quiet now. I ain't saying shit else. We pausing.
See, y'all niggas having fun tonight.
Fucking alright.
Nigga, I thought I was talking. Niggas just cut me off and Joe me out right 5 minutes strong.
Hey, KG, I feel you, man. See, that's the problem with us black dudes. We don't know how to finesse.
Man, fuck that shit, cuz.
He wanna fight now. He talking about we need to stick together and be
Hey,
vegans.
nigga, I know when nigga try to jab me, nigga. I'm watching you.
Hey, man, that was a big word, nigga. I had to stop you and make sure I was still with the shit.
Nah, we don't say real shit, man. Like,
we all did.
What Tony was saying, though, is like, bro, like, it's a lot of people that's scared to take a chance on doing better, bro. Myself included. Like, we know what the fuck is for us and who not fucking with us. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's a difference than this. Do you go and shop with your people that you know got their own businesses, even though it may take you more time, it may cost you a little bit more money, or do you go to Walmart and do everything at one time and know they not fucking with you?
Man, we
you know
need
what I'm saying? Are you ordering online with Target, or do you break down and go to your man on a block that, you know what I'm saying, or the people who got the fresh vegetables at the farmer's market? That's what the difference is.
You right. Now, Killer Mike had this joint on Netflix. I forgot what it's called, but he did it.
Trigger.
There you go.
Trigger warning.
He did
about the black man that got his own phone company.
Yeah, he did an experiment in which he wanted to keep his money in the black community and buy only black stuff for 24 hours.
That nigga was about to pass out, man.
And it was extremely hard. And I wanted to say the point of, like, as far as, Barry Fonz, and I'm just playing and shit when I'm talking about, like, putting the Foreman Mills and Barry Fonz and shit. But what I'm trying to say is, like, yeah, in the community, like, I know in my dad neighborhood on the south side, there's a grocery store man. My pops wash everybody's car. It's a tree man. It's a candy lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
they
like,
got a system.
Yeah, exactly. And we need to have these systems, and then we need to open up stores and
all right, so look, Tony. Let me add it. Let me tell you this. I have an idea that I've been thinking about, and I've talked to several people about this shit. So you never notice when you go out of town or like you go to other neighborhoods, you got them out. Certain shopping centers got the same shit, right?
Yeah.
Like Best Buy got a PetSmart, and then it's a motherfucking pizza spot in that junk. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that as black people, bro, why we don't have our own shopping center? We can have a barbershop
we had
or a
that
hair
in Gum
salon.
Springs. That joint is El Pollo Loco right now.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. We have not done it like stuck together and did one. Like, if we come up with a blueprint and say, all right, and not just locally in the DMV, but I'm saying we look throughout the whole fucking country and find some of the most prominent businesses, bro, and create our own shopping center. Like, even if it's a strip mall, we start off and we put a strip mall in every major city with a dentist office, a cleaners. You know what I'm saying? Like Black Wall Street was in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said dentist office and the cleaners, because it can't be a Foreman Mills and a Popeyes and a liquor store.
Nah, we not even talking about Foreman Mills, Mo. That joint's out of here. We don't even shop at Foreman Mills unless we forced to. You know what I'm saying? If shit is good enough, we save our money and work. Go ahead.
Why do y'all think it's like that, though? They put a City Trends over there in the hood area.
Because they want the black dollar. They want the black dollar.
But do you feel like
off of
that?
Hey, let me tell you like this. Look up who owns them people, man.
Well, look, hold on. Let me get there. So, like, do you think they put those certain places there because they feel like the people in that neighborhood, that's what they can afford? If they had a Whole Foods or something like that, maybe they can't afford that type of stuff?
No, because they got a DTLR there, and that shit is outrageously priced too. Like, some of the sneakers is like $200 or whatever. It's just because they want the black dollar. Like, but we're not
benefiting from the black dollar. And that's what I'm saying. The motherfuckers that own it, they not for us, the people that own it. They just putting it in so they can scrape. It's like, do you pick up change off the ground when you walk from your car? If you know you make a certain amount of money, there's certain niggas that'll step over change instead of picking it up.
Let me ask you this: if you got a white barbershop, let's say you got a white barbershop in a black neighborhood, right? And they charging $10 or $5 a head, right? Then you gotta drive 40 minutes to go to a black barbershop or whatever, or an hour. Which one you gonna go to?
Neither one. I'm gonna cut my own motherfucking hair. I'm not letting no white boys fuck my hair.
I'm not talking to you, Kenji. I'm not. You don't even go to the barbershop.
No, if I did, nigga, I would cut my own hair though. That's straight
I'm gonna go to the black barbershop, dog. I'm gonna drive that 40 minutes.
Thank you, man. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I live in Hopewell. Hopewell is, it's some size it's a city. Some size is nice, got nice, and some size is hood. You know what I mean? Majority is hood. So they don't have no food line. It's outside of Hopewell. Hopewell wouldn't let them because back in the day, the 2 grocery stores that they had was locally owned. Now they done sold it to Asian dude, and the other stores still got somebody, but still they overpriced. You see what I'm saying? It's a Food Lion, and there's a Walmart another 10 minutes from the Food Lion. You know what I'm saying? So they got a Family Dollar in this zone. They got 2 Dollar Generals. They got 2 Family Dollars. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, do you think it's because and they got to save a lot. You know what I mean? So you think it's because they feel like you can only afford those grocery stores? and maybe the income, but average income of the person can't afford it.
Yeah, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it is they putting this here based off of the income of the people in that area code, or not the area code, but that zip code. And the other part of it is because they know that black people are going to buy these products. Black people are going to shop at these stores.
You know what a lot of shit with that is, not even just Former Mills and like City Trends and Marshalls and TJ Maxx. All that shit is resale from the shit that the companies, the big, all right, so like how we was talking about Gucci and Prada, if they don't sell their shit, there's a bust down store somewhere else to get something off of it so they don't totally lose. So somebody come in, if they don't sell whatever they project to sell, what happens is they wholesale everything to an individual. And that's where those companies like that come in and they buy everything. They have somebody who comes in and buy that shit from them.
Well, we finna take a quick break right now. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Keep it locked right here on Mumbo Sauce Radio. Join us on episode 8. We're gonna be talking about the best go-go bands, medical marijuana, clones, and more. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, if you want to be a part of the show, hit us up at 202-780-9097. Once again, that number is area code 202-780-9097. Let's go.
Life, baby, we won't fall in love. 'Cause I can't do the drama.